this group was marvelous. They were into it. They're baseball people, so the more they enjoyed it, the more I kept going.
Shifted to Pittsburgh for Game 3, where Steve Blass grounded the O's with a masterful 3-1 victory.
There's a drive right down to Cash on a short hop. The Buccos win. Look at Blass.
Final confrontation. And once again, Steve Blass took the mound for the Pirates.
I went out to pitch in the bottom of the first inning, and I was all over the place because I wasn't locked in at all. Everything was registering, everything was occurring, and you can't really be too effective. But that's when Earl Weaver tried his psychological ploy and come out and said, Rule 801.
801. Rule 801 says he's got to pitch from in front, on the rubber in front, and not on the side.
And I think I got so upset with him trying that nickel and dime stuff that it gave me a sense to settle down and forget about all the circumstances around. And after that, really did get back into it and got back in the groove and went from there and really pitched effectively after that.
Walk me through the ninth inning.
Well, the ninth inning, we go out there, and I think I got him on 8 pitches, and this is the heart of their order. Because Boog Powell is capable of tying it with one swing of the bat, power hitter. I got him to hit the ground ball to Dave Cash on what I think might have been the 15th slow curve I threw to him in 8 at-bats. He went 0 for 8, 0 for 4 and 0 for 4. I never threw him a strike with anything hard, like a slider or a fastball. It was over the plate. I set him up, got him on another slow curve. And then the interesting thing was Frank Robinson came up, who had hit a home run off me in Game 3 for their only run that game, and I hung a slider. I said, and the minute I let it go, and he popped it up. Even good hitters, it's not automatic that they're going to hit every mistake. And every time I've seen him since, I say, hey, Frank, you want that slider back, don't you? And then he says some nasty things to me.
Pirates 2, Baltimore 1. If Blass gets another out, you'll see a sight. He's very emotional, and he just might explode out there. There's a strike. Keep your eyes on him. He pitched a 3-hitter at Pittsburgh to beat the Orioles. He's pitched a 4-hitter so far today, and he's leading 2-1.
And then they hit the ball that Hernandez got that I thought was a clean base hit. I had forgotten we were shading him up the middle, and then it all goes crazy.
There's a drive up the middle. Hernandez in back of the bag. He's got him, Jackie Hernandez. Look at Blass. Blass has pitched the Pirates to the World Championship. The Pirates, 2 games down, have come back and become the 15th in World Series history to win the championship after losing the first 2. And Jackie Hernandez, supposedly a weak member of the cast, an erratic shortstop, played brilliantly in this series. Here's the Pirates locker room, and Pittsburgh has won its 4th World Championship, 1909, 1925, 1960, and again today.
Coming in here with Chairman of the Board, Mr. John Galbraith. Steve, I know you just can't express yourself emotion-wise. You're all wrung out.
I don't know what to say. This is the biggest thrill that could ever happen. I don't believe it. From a skinny kid from Falls Village, Connecticut.
Well, not so skinny out there. You showed them all there was to show them, Steve. And was there any one moment in that ball game that had you really worried?
There were several. One when they had the 2 men on, and then one hanging slider I threw to Davy Johnson that he popped up, but he missed the pitch. I can't believe how many people have this kind of an opportunity.
Well, you rose right to the occasion.
And the best part is, you can't do that now. I found a way somehow to sneak my dad into the clubhouse after the last out. So it's all good.
The catcher is running towards the camera at full speed. His upraised arms spread wide. His body is tilting towards the center of the picture. His mask is held in his right hand. His big glove is still on his left hand. His mouth is open in a gigantic shout of pleasure. That's what Roger Angel described the picture, the 1971 picture of you and Manny Sanguillen. Capture that moment for you.
Well, the thing is, I had won the 7th game of the World Series 1,000 times in my backyard when I was 10 years old. Yeah. And, you dream, what would I do? What would I do if I was pitching and got the last out in the 7th game of the World Series? And, of course, when it occurs, you go crazy. It's just such a release of emotion. Some guys get down on the ground. I ran towards Sanguine and I jumped on Bob Robertson, the perfect guy because he's huge. It was just such a release because you can't prep for that. You can't even think about it in the ninth inning. But after the last out, they hit the ball to Jackie Hernandez. And it was by me. I thought it was a base hit. And if it was a base hit, they would have bought a reliever. And Dave Justy was our closer. But I turned around, it's going to him. I said, catch it. And then he caught it, and I said, throw it. And then I turned around, you catch it. so we had a 1, 2, 3 ABC. And then you go berserk, the release. It's over. I don't have to work anymore. They'll never change this. We are the world champions. It is final. They can't adjust it, and it's forever for this particular year.
Even today, when you go online and you look at this top 10 pitching performances in World Series history, this is not Pirates, this is history. And there's a picture of one Steve Blass. Does that, do you have to pinch yourself?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I'll look down and say, I did this stuff. I mean, I worked out there, even regular games. I don't know, that's tough stuff. You know, sometimes I think, I'm not sure I did all that stuff, but it's documented.
Well, even Earl Weaver was quoted as saying, Clemente was great, all right, but if it hadn't been for Mr. Blass, we, the Orioles, might be popping the corks right now. And I mean, that's the...
Well, you know, those are two superior games, a 3-hitter and a 4-hitter against a team that won 100 games, 4 20-game winners, and you give them a run in each game, and complete games. There has not been a complete game since by a National League pitcher in the 7th game of a World Series, a winning pitcher. It's not happened since '71, and it probably won't. The bullpens are so strong now. You're so consumed during the course of the game. It's a wonderful bubble. I mean, there's nothing happening. There's no crowd. You don't hear a crowd. It is like those old computers that go click, click. All right, I'm going to try to set Boog Powell up for a slow curve, but I got to do this. I got to show him a fastball, sinking fastball, so I know it's far enough outside. I don't make a mistake. But after the game, it's just a pure vein of joy. I have 8x10s of a couple of cards I passed out today of me running towards Sanguine, and all I do is sign joy in my name.